Yo, sup? It is Friday, so that means it's time for a community update. Right here. My guest today is Ahmer Memon, who is president of Pakistan Canada Association, an association that's been doing some great work over the past year, longer, I think a little bit more than a year now, since the pandemic started. So let's talk to Mr. Memon and find out what that work was. Assalamu alaikum, Ahmer Sahib.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you, Roop?
How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent, excellent.
This was long overdue.
Yeah, you have a long queue of people. So if you go alphabetically, so you are going from Z to A, so.
My daughter, her name starts with an A as well, and then she's always very happy that I named her with an A because she's always first in the line or second in the line wherever she goes. So she loves it that her name starts with an A.
Yeah, but it was a big problem for me in the exams, in the Viva and exams, practicals. I was the first one to be called, and when you come out 50 students, your colleagues will jump on you, so what was the questions inside? Please tell us, give us a clue. So that was, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Sometimes it's, well, in TC-SAN, it's not so good apparently because it took me some time to bring you on. But my apologies for that. I've known you for such a long time now, so it feels like, I'm talking to an old friend again. So it's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
You are now the president of PCA, Pakistan Canada Association, which I think you were elected in 2019.
2019, March were our fiscal year, but in June we had elections and we took oath on August 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
August 2019. So you've been the president since.
Yes.
It almost seems like Corona, or you knew that Corona was coming and then you needed to be in that position where you could help people.
Yes and no. Yes, in a way that I was able to serve in that pandemic, and no, in a sense that the expectations of the people that we'll do some musical program or some celebrations and other good parties kind of thing, that didn't happen, so.
Yeah, but they had very able leadership when it was needed in you and your team. So tell me about the program that the Hamper program that PCA has been spearheading since the pandemic began.
March 2020, pandemic announced, and we decided to deliver some hampers through the donations of some people. CPSG was one partner as well. And then I was sitting in PCA Hall, getting donations, going to the grocery stores, getting hampers and delivering to the people because everybody was scared. In those days, it was just new thing. Nobody was going to buy the groceries and stuff. So that lasted about a couple of months. And then we came to know about a government program, Alberta government, that they are giving some fundings for this people, COVID affectees. So I would say that first time in history of PCA, which is 50, 60 years old organization, we applied for funding. The special thing in that funding was that we told government that we need $0 for management, $0 for volunteerism, $0 for PCA hall or location. 100% money will be utilized for these food program. Probably that was the reason that we were given such a large amount.
What was that amount, if you don't mind me asking?
Amount was 90,000 for the food, and 10,000 was for if we deliver them through taxis or cabs or the gas, volunteers be paid for the gas, which was obviously a little bit higher side. We couldn't spend that, but 90,000 was for the food, and we spent 90,000 on the food, 100%.
So have you been able to spend all that money already?
Yeah, the deadline was December of 2020, and we had to spend before that. So I got their
So
approval
ni-
that
90 sorry to interrupt you. $90,000 in just food.
just food. And then they allowed us that we can buy the food up to December, and then we can distribute it a little bit later on if we have got some surplus foods. So that's how I stretched it till last week when we were done with everything. And now our PCA hall is empty and clean. So what we did that first of all, I went to the wholesalers who bring the containers from Pakistan and from overseas. So we got very much discounted rate for everything, which was even 30% cheaper from the other stores. Then we asked people to register with us. So the applications started pouring, and then I noticed that about 80 to 90% people were Caucasian Canadian people, and they were in dire need because there were some low income families were registered with the food banks and stuff, but everybody doesn't qualify over there, and then they lost the job, so there was more people, and so they were not good clients for giving them this lentils and basmati rice and atta and ghee and stuff. So then we stopped getting that bulk order, like whatever we had, we had. Then we started buying noodles and tins and other things, for cornflakes and those things for their need. So we made about 200 hampers for them and 200 for our own people. And the thing which amazed me that, for example, I can give you a quick example. There was a lady, she sent us an email that my granddaughter is visiting me and I don't have anything to feed her. So, can I get something? So, obviously, we were in purchasing mode at that time. We were collecting the data, and it took me 10 days to assemble the hampers and get something. So, I sent her an email that now hamper is here. Can I deliver it to you? What is the best time? She said, well, my granddaughter has left now. She was here for a couple of days and now I don't need it. I got the stuff for myself. Can you give this to more deserving person? So that's only one example, but I think I had about 30 or 40 that kind of refusals that now time is over. We just needed that time, so give it to somebody else. So people are so much considerate that bring tears to my eyes, that they are needy. And then you listen to the stories of the people. Some people were sharing those. So that was a spirit we had. We got it. And then volunteers, we started delivering it because I said that a lot of low income people can't afford the gas. They cannot come to get it. So let's deliver it. So we delivered 450 hampers. We promised government that we will give this food to 1,000 people, but we gave it to 450 hampers. So average family is 4, 6, 4, 6. So it was 4 times more. And then, as I said, it went to Bangladeshis, it went to Sudanese, it went to Somalis communities. They approached us. We gave it to them. Mexican labor came. They were farmers, and they were stranded in a hotel, so they their earning did not start. So they wanted 17 people. They wanted food, in the hotel because they need crackers and soda and other pops and stuff they cannot buy. So we delivered to them. So different examples, different experiences, and recently we ended up with Syrian refugees, and but this time we gave them in our hall. We told them to come there and get it. The leftovers, as I said, we bought a bulk for our Asian food, and we was left over with about, say, 100 tins of oil, 3-liter oil, 100 bags of rice, 50 bags of atta, sugar, those main items, because we bought bulk. So we gave it to Akram Juma Center. There's a pantry over there where a lot of people go and pick up the food, and also the Green Dome Mosque. We deliver it to them. So we clean sweep the hall 2 days ago, and during Ramadan, a lot of people will eat those lentils and dals and pakoras and stuff. So that's what we could do. So the idea of telling you that is that the promise we made to the government, that money, first of all, we did not took even a single penny for us in admin charges or anything, or hall charges or anything else. Second thing is that we said that we'll give it to 1,000, but we went beyond, so about 4,000 people roughly, plus the masks food. So that was the idea, to help maximum people. And as I said, this was the first time PCA was given this money, and I tried to be transparent in that. And all the list is with me, which will be shared with the government, and obviously they will audit it, and they will call at random to some people to make sure that those are all not my relatives and they are real people.
Yeah, what really saddens me is that there are so many people who needed that help during this time, right?
Yeah,
I'm glad that you were there to help them, but just the fact that people needed food, people could not afford to feed their granddaughter, just like you said.
yeah,
So there were these stories, which, of course, she came around and she told you she didn't need the food anymore, which was incredible. Speaks so much about the generosity of human spirit, but at the same time, it really hurts you at some level that there are so many people going hungry, and it's yeah, the pandemic hasn't been very kind to a lot of people.
no, no, it's very tough because of the jobs. Like government funding is there. We are lucky compared to other countries that we got a lot, but there's still a lot of people, single mothers or the parents or the old senior citizens. There's no one to help them fill those applications. They don't know how to apply, so they are just spending. And the prices of these foods and staples have gone up 5 to 10% on the grocery store. And people with the fixed income, it's hard for them because they are already getting some income and they are not given anything else. So it's a first hand experience, seeing the people, meeting with those people, and they want to be heard. The people, when I started giving them because on the door, obviously it's not possible, but when they started coming to the hall to pick it up, they want to sit and they want to talk. They want few minutes of my time to tell their story. And if there is nobody waiting, I normally listen to them, spend some time to them, and that makes them happy that somebody is there to listen to them. So I would request the community, that pick up the phone, call your relatives, call your friends who are at home, especially seniors. Even our own seniors who are sitting home and we are busy in our life, don't have time to talk to them. They are just watching TV whole day, or playing
And that's why
cards
I'm
with
talking.
some friend.
That's why I'm talking to you, our seniors.
Yes, that's right, but that took you long, so that's why I'm saying don't delay, and pick up the phone and talk to those people. That's amazing, especially nowadays, this Zoom meetings. Like I have set up Zoom meeting. It's every day set up at 7 o'clock. So for my grandkids, so they can pick up and talk to their other cousins. We don't have to be in there. So every day 7 o'clock, it's automatically set. So they know, they just go to Zoom and then somebody will be there, or they will text somebody to come. So that's the new things nowadays. We can't meet with our kids, we can't meet with our families, but we can do the Zoom meetings. Even our friends, we used to chat or go to Tim Hortons once a while, just do Zoom meetings on Sundays, so that will revive you, that will bring a fresh air again.
Absolutely. How did people find you? I'm sorry, I know I asked that question already, but I didn't get that answer. So, how did people find you? How
Well,
did they know to approach you to get food?
word of mouth, and basically it was on the WhatsApp groups, and different groups of Facebook. So we put the link of our PCA Calgary.ca, our website. There was a box for food hampers. You click there and you just basically give your telephone number and how many people in your family and address. And we opened a confidential email account as well. So people were sending us emails, foodhampers at calgary.ca kind of thing. And then there was a telephone line as well, which was answering machine basically. So they were leaving messages, but that was tough experience because people were just leaving messages, please call us. This is my number. And then when you call them, they will see the anonymous number. They will not either pick up the phone, then we'll leave a message, and then they will call back. And so we had to had some volunteers keep on calling those people, and that that was not a. So we learned a lot of lessons. But email was successful, and plus now the website was best. That you click and fill in all the information is there. You don't have to call them. So
Yeah, ideally, I think that's the best way of information collection. Is I
yeah.
use Google Forms quite a bit. I love Google Forms. So where
Mhm.
I get all the information that I need, and it's in a spreadsheet form. The data collection is a skill in itself, and you learn that after a few tries. Yes, absolutely. Been there,
Yeah.
done that. When are the next PCA elections?
Next PC elections is after Eid. Our
Oh, coming up
phys-
this year.
yes, of course, a 2 year term, so 2 years gone by. So I think in July, yeah, mostly end of June, July, new elections will be there.
Would you be running again?
No, I
No.
will I'll be in the board as a past president. So because my passion is charity, and I do a lot of charity work, and because of the PCA responsibility, for example, this funding came and a lot of work on me. I'm a little bit slack in my charity work, which I think that it has got more importance. Serving people is yes, but serving the other peoples as well. So I will be back working full time on my charity projects. So.
Well, you did really great work in the last couple of years, and I'm glad that you were able to serve so many people. Social work, I know you've done social work for as long as I've known you, and I don't want to put it this way, but it is kind of cool that you were the president. Like the coincidence is amazing that you were the president in the time where PCA had to help 4,000 people, like you said.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah, this is an honor. Yeah, I would say yeah. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, thank you so much for being with us today. Really appreciate it and sharing all that information that you did. And thank you for all the work that you did. And I wish you all the best.
well, people trusted me to do this job, and I had to do it. Otherwise, they won't pay me. So it's like an employment. You get an employment, and you're answerable to the people. So yeah,
You didn't get paid. Come on,
paid
as
is
a
the
president.
not the monetary paying, but
Yeah, you should
the
be
reward
clear
is
on
the
that.
yes, of course, yeah. No, it's a voluntary work, and
It's a
then
voluntary. Yeah.
paid means the appreciation you get from the people, or the dua you get from them, or the blessings you get from them. That's the reward you get, because in normal life you don't get blessings. You are just going to the job, coming back. Who will bless you unless you do some favor or do some good deed? So that platform gave me big chance to do good deeds to the people. So yes,
I'm glad. All right. Well, thank you. Have a good night.
thank you very much.